Good Friday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for Friday and the weekend, December 18th. First, we'll take a look at some of the rainfall totals from yesterday over the last 24 hours. A half of an inch all the way up to over an inch of rain fell across the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metropolitan area yesterday. Current observations, satellite and radar overlaid here. We've got temperatures in the upper 30s across northeastern Pennsylvania where skies are clearing. Yes, these are flurries or virga on Doppler radar out in western Pennsylvania, northwestern Allegheny County mountains here. We've got partially cloudy skies across the eastern ports of the region of New Jersey and down to the coast. We've got some little light rain around Atlantic City as another wave of low pressure on this cold front moves to the north and east. Clearing is noted to the west, and the clearing will begin to commence across the entire forecast region over the next couple of hours, especially over interior sections where there's going to be a lot more clearing going on here and a lot more cloud cover along the coast in southeastern Long Island and Connecticut as this wave moves northeast along the front. And the winds are light right now, but they're starting to pick up. We've got wind gusts over 20 miles an hour in spots, especially along the coast, interior portions of New York State as well. Pennsylvania as well, with gusts above 15, 20 miles an hour, and the winds are really going to start increasing during the afternoon and evening. As the cold air comes rushing in, we've got gale warnings along the New Jersey coast until 10 p.m. on Saturday for rough seas and strong winds. Also the back bays of the Delaware here and the Chesapeake, we've got gale warnings in effect until Saturday evening as well. South Shore, east ends of Long Island, gale warnings in effect until Sunday morning, midnight Saturday night. And across the North Shore and South Shore of Long Island here in North Shore of Connecticut, or Southern Shore of Connecticut, North Shore of Long Island, small craft advisories until midnight on Saturday. Back up here towards the Great Lakes, lake effect snow warnings for Jamestown, Bradford, Warren, and some of these flurries could actually make it into the Poconos and northwestern New Jersey very lightly. Definitely a big change in your forecast from where we've been around 70 or so the last couple of days, 50s, 60s, around 70 earlier in the week. Temperature is going to be struggling to make it out of the upper 30s and lower 40s during this weekend. And add to that the cold air that's in place now as the storm system wraps up towards Hudson Bay, Canada, and the cold front off the coast and snow showers downwind here over the lakes and into the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley. Those snow showers may make it into northwestern New Jersey as a plume of moisture and some higher relative humidity values in the middle layers of the atmosphere produce a squall, perhaps on Saturday morning. And that means late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Don't be surprised if you see a squall line or even just a burst of snow flurries across the hillier terrain of northwestern New Jersey, southeastern New York, and Connecticut. It's being indicated here on the model guidance and some of the sampling as well. Saturday morning, downstream, here comes the weakening secondary cold front through the Great Lakes, bringing some of the colder air back into the region. This is a reinforcement shot as an upper level trough moves through. That upper level trough is going to be responsible for some snow flurries or snow showers around the region early Saturday morning over the interior valleys of northwestern New Jersey, the Poconos, southeastern New York, interior Connecticut. And then everything begins to dry out as high pressure begins to build across the southeastern and mid-Atlantic coast states on Saturday night and Sunday. And that means things will calm down, but temperatures are going to be quite cold this weekend. And we've got lots of activity going on in the Pacific right now, and lots of storm systems entering the northwest and into the plains they go. Right now is some of the mildest air you're going to see for today into the weekend as temperatures are starting out in the 50s. They're already dropping into the 30s right now across portions of the areas of the Poconos and northwestern New Jersey. Temperatures this morning in the 40s, but high temperatures this morning around 50 degrees or other side of that. Everything's going to come to a crashing halt as temperatures tomorrow struggle to get out of the upper 30s to around 40, 41 degrees in the New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area. Temperatures remaining in the 40s on Sunday across a good chunk of the area, upper 30s over the hillier terrain of northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos. Temperatures rebound again into the 50s, the lower 50s again across the region on Monday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon, there's more of a threat of rain coming into the forecast region. Temperatures above normal, 57 to 60 degrees, and this mild weather will continue until Christmas, with temperatures again approaching the low to the mid-60s on Wednesday. And Christmas Eve, right now at this time, temperatures are going to still be very mild and then cooling down on Christmas Day. Temperatures on Christmas Eve day between the low and the mid-60s across the entire forecast region. Unbelievable. And we didn't discuss the low temperatures that are going to be occurring, but obviously they're going to be quite chilly, and wind chills are going to be in effect across the region. It's going to make it feel like it's in the upper 20s at best during portions of Saturday and Sunday, especially on Saturday with the snow squalls and also the strong winds across the region. So we're going to be monitoring all of that. Here's our cold front now with our storm system off the coast and the GFS latest model guidance. Here's our cold pool, secondary shot of cold air coming into the northeastern United States on this afternoon, clearing the skies out. Downwind the lakes here, snow squalls across the region. Saturday morning, this could be a little bit more amplified than what's even showing up on the GFS, as some of the other mesoscale models are showing that. Plume of moisture on a northeast northwest wind trajectory coming off the lakes, the warm lakes, the Great Lakes, which are very warm, Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Ontario here, and downwind of that. Look at these thicknesses, very cold air. It won't last long. The shot of cold air won't last long, but it's going to be well noticed across the forecast region. For the first time, we could see temperatures in Philadelphia get below freezing for the first time this season, and outside of New York City, Central Park as well. And high pressure builds in for the early part of Sunday and Monday, then moves out. Here comes our next system moving up towards the Great Lakes again. This has been a pattern with another warm front and cold front moving through the region. Could be a period of rain moving in here on later Tuesday, and it will be lighter rain across the region as one disturbance moves off, and then another disturbance on the front comes up, and here comes more rain. This is more prominent now for Wednesday. A higher probability of rain across the forecast region on Wednesday. That rain just amplifies on Wednesday afternoon and evening under a southwesterly flow as temperatures moderate back into the 50s and 60s again. Storm system moves into southeastern Canada. And eventually on Thursday, Christmas Eve day, the rain is over the forecast region, and out it goes. And coming in for Friday is a secondary wave here on the cold front. Another wave here coming in from the Ohio River Valley area. This could produce a little bit of leftover light rain across the forecast region. And then snow. Well, for New England, but not for us. And then high pressure builds in. Notice the air mass is already modifying by the time we get to Friday, but it's still going to be a little chillier than earlier indicated for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week. European model ensemble guidance, 500 millibar height anomalies. Here's our deep low here and our cooler air, much in the plains and the northern portions of Canada here, ridge across the east exiting. That cold pool moves over us during the weekend, and then out it goes. Another ridge of warm air for Christmas builds over the forecast region, while another trough begins to dig into the western United States. And by the time we get to later forecast here towards the end of December and even on Christmas, mild anomalies. Strong height builds across the eastern United States, trough building in again in this flow pattern that we're still stuck in, but there are changes afoot here. And those changes mean that downstream into the early part of January, things could become a little bit more of a split here and a reversal of this pattern developing for the middle part of January. Here we are in the eastern United States on the GFS ensemble model guidance with the ridge here in the east, trough developing again in the west. And if we extrapolate this out into the beginning month of January, we're going to find still the ridge axis over the eastern United States, but the flow is becoming definitely more zonal, and the pattern is showing signs, an indication that a change is going to be taking place. And this model guidance cannot be taken verbatim at this time too, because there's a lot of things that are going on in the stratosphere and in our ocean here in the El Nino regions and also in the northeastern Pacific, which would dictate that this model guidance is just going to become a little bit convoluted and very changeable as we head into the month of January. I have been paying close attention to the developments in the stratosphere and the solar flux that is now happening. We had two mass solar ejections from the sun on Wednesday. Taking a look at all this data and the ever-changing and stabilized ocean here, our El Nino situation, and all of these factors are coming into play over the next couple of weeks, which will gradually evolve into a change in the 500 millibar height pattern across the country. And I've been noticing all these changes, but they're just too long to talk about it this morning. So we're going to dive into that at the beginning of next week on Monday. So for everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Be safe out there and stay warm. This weekend's going to be quite cold compared to what we've seen over the last couple of weeks.